Kourtney Kardashian is selling a lollipop and instructing, this is at like normal stores at Target, instructing women to stick it in places you usually wouldn't put a lollipop. Speaking of kooky ladies, I was kind of hoping that we talk about other stuff long enough I wouldn't have to get to this story, but I have to. It's here. It's listed in my rundown from my... Kourtney Kardashian. We're in the New York Post. Kourtney Kardashian is launching lollipops for a lady's parts. This is a family show, so I don't want to get graphic, with like the Post headline, or the product. Kourtney Kardashian, she's one of the Kardashians, I take it. She has a Lem or Lemmy line of products. They all have a lot of products. And the Lemmy Purr supplement is, they have probiotic gummies. They have pills designed to support women's, shall we say, reproductive health. It's available at Target. Now they have it in lollipop form. Kourtney Kardashian is selling a lollipop and instructing, this is at like normal stores at Target, instructing women to stick it in places you usually wouldn't put a lollipop. Let's just leave it at that. Let's just leave the description at that because this is a family show and I would like to keep my breakfast down. Hold on one second. Go to bravebooks.com/Knowles, Knowles. Use code Knowles for 20% off. Everyone says, get out and vote. That's how you change the country. Well, that's one way. The other way you change America's future is in your own home. The left has known for decades that if you can just capture the hearts and minds, especially of kids, you can change the course of the future. That's why it's so important for us to teach truth when they're young, and then that way they won't fall for all the nonsense as they grow older. That is why I'm a big fan of Brave Books. They're helping families teach timeless values through engaging stories that kids love. Each month, you get a new book that reinforces a pro-God, pro-America value, like courage, honesty, love of country. Everyone has conversation starters and games to bring the whole family together. And they've got a new streaming platform, Brave Plus, means you'll have a whole library of wholesome, trusted shows and movies vetted by real parents. That is included free with your subscription. And my kids freaking love these products. They love them. If you really want to make an impact, not just for one election cycle, but for generations, go to bravebooks.com/Knowles. Use code Knowles, Knowles, for 20% off your first order. That is bravebooks.com/KNOWLES. Use code Knowles. Why mention this at all? Because the Kardashians, as one of the emblems of American liberalism, remind us that these are the people who, for decades, have said they are the party of science. The party of science is instructing you to take a lollipop. I said we were done with the descriptions, and we're done with it, but that's what they're instructing you to do, the party of science. The party of science, which said the world was going to end a few years ago. Remember, because they were predicting this for many years. We've been doing the show long enough now that the time is up. Some of these predictions, the world was supposed to end like 8 years ago in some cases, has not ended. AOC, what was it? In 2018, she predicted the world had 9 or 12 years left. So we're getting pretty close on that one. World still seems to be spinning around. Don't let them mock you for RFK Jr. citing Harvard and Columbia and Johns Hopkins studies on the effects of Tylenol in utero. They mock you for that. They mock you for saying that the world will probably not end 5 years ago. They mock you for suggesting that the Fauci ouchie wouldn't prevent you from contracting the virus, the Wu flu, or from spreading it, or for whatever. And then you were right all along. It's not to say that experts have nothing to say about science. I'm not a populist on scientific discoveries, though I'm skeptical of what many of the supposed experts would say. But it's fine. Now we have our experts. And one of our experts steps in there, the Secretary of Health and Human Services, citing lots of other scientists and major institutions, and says, hey, and actually the pharmaceutical manufacturer themselves, in the case of Tylenol, they say, hey, but because we say it, that has to be dismissed. The people who want you to put vitamin lollipops in your nether regions, you don't have to take that. The party that upholds as the great oracle of science, a Swedish child on a sailboat. You don't have to put up with that. And you don't have to put their products up inside you. That was a great clip. Now stop, ring the bell, subscribe. We'll see you next time.